EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ready. 8 read. Protein spill. Get it.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go. 60 or.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Alert. 3 out.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, high 7, snap.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, This is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ready.
Back to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And some room to roam now. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here we go. Give him the flag. Down to lose 1.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
On the
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's go.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Check 9, check 9. General West.
Mixon with it. And an alley to run. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready.
It's caught at the 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 21-0 our score after 1.
Hey, check. 3.
60 Pittsburgh.
No.
Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey.
Check 31. Check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
Mixon with a first down carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Bengals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Alpha.
36 to Mike.
Yeah. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A good pickup there at 22. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
There you go. Hey, switch gears.
Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
36 to Mike.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Sam off. Get it.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Line 36.
They'll look to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. Jackson now, nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10, steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson dancing to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jalen Ferguson able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 30. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And to give this time to the tailback. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Watch the run, watch the run. 57's the Mike.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson forced out to his left. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Ready? 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
They're scared.
5.
They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Jackson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
2 draw Corkers. Now.
I got 11. He's mine.
They'll run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Get it ready. 60 outlaw. Crystal, travel. Get it.
They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Shift.
Yep.
Motion.
They go.
They'll run with Mixon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Mixon will try the right side. Room here to run. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 79 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Check 99.
Big Griffin.
Open man is Higgins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think you might not be dialing that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Lost ball.
From the gun, Jackson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
50, plant. Hey, Delta. Here we go.
Looking to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 16. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, wahoo!
Back to throw here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. He's at the 40. A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Badgley on for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Hey, Mike 52.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Ready? Hey, no. Check 52's the mic. Okay? Check.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Ravens, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.